divide. Remember, when we divide by a fraction, we leave the first number, we change it to multiplication, and we flip the fraction over. So 0.5 times 3 is 1.5, and 1 times 1 is 1, which is just 1.5. One survey found that 60% of people prefer carrots to celery. For every 120 people who took the survey, how many people said they preferred carrots to celery? I like to set up my fractions as part over the whole and percents out of 100. So in this case, the percent is 60%. 120 is everybody who took the survey, so that would be the whole. Now we're cross multiplying and dividing, and that will tell us the part. So 120 times 60, then divide by 100. So cross multiply, meaning diagonally, and then divide by the number that we haven't used yet, and that gives us 72. So 72 people preferred carrots. A basketball player sometimes gets to take free throw shots, which means they try to throw the ball through the basket without anyone defending it. On average, Sarah makes 60% of the free throw shots she attempts. For every 100 free throw shots she attempts, how many do you expect Sarah to make? Well, we're going to use mental math for these. If it's 60%, that's 60 out of 100. So for 100 free throw shots, we would expect her to make 60 of them. Now, if 60 goes along with 100, how much would we use for 10? Well, 100 divided by 10 is 10, so 60 divided by 10 would give us 6 shots. We expect her to make 6 shots for 10 of the ones she attempts. If she only attempts 5, that's half of 10, and half of 6 is 3 shots that we would expect her to make. For every 8 free throw shots she attempts, how many do you expect Sarah to make? We expected her to make 60 out of 100. So we have the part and the whole here. 8 is the amount she attempts. What part would she make? We are cross multiplying, so the ones that are diagonal from each other. And then divide by the value that we haven't used yet, which is 100. 8 times 60 divided by 100 is 4.8. But you can't make a 0.8 of a basketball shot. You either make it or you miss it. Since this is closer to 5, we're going to say we expect her to make around 5 shots. So we can fill that in. And it's 4.8 is the 60%. That's about 5 shots. For problems 3 through 8, solve by using any strategy. For every 100 tacos made on a food truck, 20 tacos, or 20%, have grilled chicken. If the food truck makes 160 tacos, how many tacos have grilled chicken? Part, whole, percent, 100. This is 20% have chicken. So if we're looking for how many have chicken, we're going to put the 20% here. This is all the tacos they make. That's the whole. And we're looking for the part that has the chicken. So cross multiply, then divide. 160 times 20 is 3,200. Divide that by 100, and that gives us 32 tacos that have grilled chicken. A town estimates that about 5 out of every 7 cardboard delivery boxes get recycled. What percent get recycled? So 5 is the part that get recycled. 7 are all of the boxes delivered, and we're looking for the percent this time. These two are diagonal from each other, so cross multiply, and then we'll divide by the number we haven't used yet. 5 times 100 is 500. Divide that by 7, and that is approximately 71.43 if we round it to the hundredths place. And that value is the percent value. On average, 22 out of every 40 days are sunny where Ava lives. How many days out of 100 would you expect to be sunny? In other words, what percent of the days do you expect to be sunny? So 22 are the sunny days out of 40, which would be all the days. We're looking for the percent, so diagonally multiply and then divide by the number we haven't used yet. Cross multiply, then divide. 22 times 100 is 2,200, and then divide that by 40 gives you 55. So we would expect 55 out of 100 to be sunny, or 55% of the days. A cat sleeps about 65% of the day, or 65 for every 100. On average, how many hours would you expect a cat to sleep in 24 hours? So the 24 is the whole amount of hours, and we're looking for the part that they sleep. These two are diagonal, so cross multiply, then divide. 24 times 65 is 1,560. Divide that by 100 and we get 15.6. We can have a partial amount of hours, so this is about 15.6 hours. This year, the price for a ticket to see a popular band in concert is expected to be 140%. Remember, it's part, whole, percent, and 100 of the price that it was last year. This means that concert goers will spend $140 this year for every $100 that they would have spent last year. If the price for one ticket was $38 last year, how much money will the price be for one ticket this year? So you can see that the 140 is this year, and the 100 was last year. The 38 was last year. So if the 100 was on the bottom for last year, the 38 needs to go on the bottom for last year as well. The 140 is this year, and it was on the top. So if we're looking for this year, it needs to go on the top. We're going to diagonally multiply and divide by the value that's remaining. 38 times 140 is 5,320, and then divide by 100 is 53.2, and this is how much will the price be? So that is $53.20. This year is more expensive than last year, so we expect it to be over 38. Mrs. Banks purchases a new computer monitor. Its diagonal length is 133 1/3% of her old monitor length. And that is the new monitor. And her old would be on the bottom. Her new monitor has a diagonal of 24 inches, so that's the new. What is the diagonal length of her old monitor? The old goes on the bottom. Cross multiply. Then divide by the value that's left. 24 times 100 is 2,400. Ideally, we're going to change this into an improper fraction, and we'll use that leave change. To change this to an improper fraction, we multiply the whole number by the denominator, so 133 times 3, which is 399, and then add the one that's on top, which is 400 over 3. So if we leave change, 2,400 times 3 will give us the numerator. The denominator, there's an invisible 1 there, and 1 times 400 is 400. And we can check and see if that comes out to a whole number by dividing. 7,200 divided by 400 is 18. So the question was, what was the diagonal length of her old monitor? That was 18 inches. Write your own word problem that could be modeled by the double number line. Here I see the total amount at 100% is 220. So it might sound something like this. Out of 220 beads, 25% were purple. How many of the beads were the color purple? So if we were to answer our own question, At 100%, we had 220 beads. 25% of them being purple would be 55 of them are purple. You might also write one that uses money. The item was originally priced at $220. We found a coupon that saves us 12.5%. How much money will we save? We would save $27.50. That is the end of lesson 3. You can always check back here for other lessons.